Hello everyone, we are on Minecraft Xbox again. This isn't to do with the world that I had created. This is to do with a new update which just came out today. I've only just found out because I just came on Xbox and it said about it. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff it has. We'll start off with the boring stuff, the less cool stuff, and then we'll move on to the better things like these two objects, well, these three objects actually. And so yeah, let's get started. Right, first block you get is Mycelim. Now Mycelim is, I think, only a creative mode only block, because you can't find it in survival mode as far as I know. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure you can't. So another thing that is only creative mode at the moment, it won't always be like that, is Endstone. Now Endstone is from the end, which if you type that into YouTube you'll probably find something about the end, because it's a new place, but it isn't in this update, which is kind of annoying, but you know, hey, what can you do? You also get Nether Brick, which means you get structures, well, you get structures in the Nether, and I will show them when I go into the Nether to show you the new mobs they have in there. Nether brick you can also use to make fences and stairs, and to be honest, they do look pretty cool. I like the look of nether brick. I think it's got a good look to it, especially a good building material. Now endstone, I reckon, probably could pull that off also, but probably not as well. I'm not going to show you actually how to make them, because you know, on the creative thing, on the crafting thing, it actually shows you there anyway. So yeah. Another thing you get is lily pads. Now these are mainly to make the bog biome look more funky and make it look more like a bog, because they are everywhere and they cover a lot of area in the bog. But the good thing is you can actually walk on them, so you can actually make, I've seen people make bridges from them, going across like an ocean out of lily pads, and you just walk across them. So another little tool tip you could use for them. You can't make them, I'm pretty sure you can't make them, but you can pick them up if you have shears, I think you could pick them up if you've got shears. Another thing we will move on to is the Endstone portal. Now this is completely useless, which you can only actually access it in the creative mode menu on miscellaneous, is because it's not in the survival mode, because we haven't got the stronghold. That doesn't actually exist yet. So yeah, it's not very useful at all, unless you wanted to have one ready for when it does eventually come apart. Now another thing that is completely pointless to this update is the Eye of Ender. These are used to fill the small gaps that you can see here to actually open the portal, like the Nether portal needs a fire. This needs all of these filled with Eye of Enders, which are made from an ender pearl and blaze powder, as far as I know. And you jump through and you go to the end and fight a huge boss and all that sort of stuff. But if you want to have a look at what it actually looks like and you've never seen it before, just go on YouTube and type in Minecraft the end. There'll be something there, most certainly. Yeah, so another reason why I'm actually near an NPC village is because you actually do get NPCs now. You get villagers, which actually just look like a very strange Squidward on steroids. It looks so, I don't know why the people styled them to look like Squidwards, but you know, hey, that's what they did. But you can't actually trade with them, which is something you can do on Minecraft PC, but that will actually come into it. I know it will. It's just it's obvious. They will have the trading option. So they're completely pointless, as well as the Eye of Ender and the Ender Portal, because, you know, all they do is occupy these villages. That's all they do. So now we're going to go into the Nether, and I will show you the new stuff they have there. Okay, right, so now we're in Nether. I've had to swap worlds to be able to stop it from being flat and be able to generate the structures in the Nether. But in the Nether we'll start off with the crappier stuff first. Ghasts, they now swap, it didn't drop any there, but things now drop experience orbs, which are used to make levels, which are used in another part of this update, which I will show you soon, a little later on. Now they do drop gas tiers, which I haven't managed to get one. Aha! I swear I just saw one. Yes, a gas tier. Now these are used mainly, well, I think they're only used for potion creating. Oh, that magma cream just dropped. Now pigmen also drop gold nuggets now, which are a new thing to this update, which that one didn't, but there's one here. I've got one. They're used to make, a lot of people were pissed that you couldn't make the golden apples on survival mode on the old update, but you can now because you get gold nuggets, not just from pigmen. You can make them from breaking, there's one there, you can break them, get them from breaking gold ingots. So a little tip for you. What is that burning? Oh, that's a magma cream. Now we'll move on to these now. They are basically nether slimes, really. They jump out and then they turn into more slimes, as you can see one there. And they drop magma creams. You wouldn't have ever guessed. They drop magma creams, which, as far as I know, are only used to make potions again. So, you know, they ain't very, very helpful, but, you know, every potion is cool in its own way. So I'll get onto that a little bit later. Now, the better stuff of the nether is these new structures. Now, this nether's kind of a crappy nether, and there ain't many of them, but it basically builds like a stronghold in the nether, and they end up occupied by all horrible, nasty mobs. And you can imagine how hard it would be connecting nether brick if you were playing it for real on survival. That would be very difficult indeed. But, you know, everyone, well, not everyone likes a challenge, but, you know, gonna have to. Right, you also get a blaze, which are horrible mobs. I hate these buggers, especially when I have to fight them on survival mode on the PC, because they do shoot fire at you, and they are very, very horrible to kill, because there's usually tons of them like there are now. But once you kill them, you do get a fair amount of XP, and you also get some blaze rods, which are used to make the brewing stand, which you would use to make potions, as well as make blaze powder, which you would then use to make, stop shooting fire at me, you would then use to make potions with. So they got like a multi-function really, but you know, they're not very easy to get because these buggers are everywhere and they shoot fire at you and they suck. So yeah, that's pretty much it in the nether. I like the structures more than anything in the nether, and the magma cubes. I love the magma cubes because they just look funny. Another thing I would show you, but I've struggled to find any in here, are nether warts. Now they are used to make the potions, to start the potion process of making, really, the potion making process. They're used for that, but then I can't seem to find any. I have no idea where they are. This nether's just a crap one, but you probably will find them. But you know, the update's only just come out, so you could expect a few bugs. So it may be a bug. I have no idea. But yeah, let's have a quick look in here. What's in here? A death altar thing full of lava. So yeah, no, there ain't. I can't find any on my map, but there's a good chance you'll find them on your new map once you open a new world to start the update. So we'll move back to the original world and we will carry on with the cooler bits of this update. See you then. Okay, right, so coming back from the nether, we have new brewing stand, this is probably less cool. Well, for me, in my opinion, brewing is a lot less cool than enchanting, but we'll do brewing first. Now, to make a brewing stand, you just need some cobblestone and a blaze rod, which I showed you earlier from the blazes in the nether. And you can also use nether warts, which are nether warts will actually make the potions, the water bottles, into potions. Now, water bottles are that shape of glass in a crafting bench, but you know, you won't have to worry about that because it will just be on the menu. And to fill them up with water, you can either use a cauldron, with a bucket. Put a bucket of water in there, and it will fill it up. And then you could actually, well, where's a glass? I need a glass. Glass. Got no glass bottles. And you can actually just fill them up like that. So it's just basically portable water. So you wouldn't, if you had like a tree house or something, you wouldn't have to go down just to get some water for your potions. So starting off, I'm just going to do very basic stuff because it's not worth doing the whole thing, because it is quite a big. There's quite a lot of it. There is a link in the description to the Minecraft wiki. Although it's for PC, it is the exact same in brewing. It will tell you what things you need for certain recipes. Now, to start off a potion, I noticed to make an awkward potion, which has no effect, which is this, just to actually be able to make a actual potion like poison or something, you'd need a nether wart. Now, I showed you these earlier in the nether, and that's just finished. Aha! And then we can leave that in there, and you can add things like what have we got? What have we got? We got Magma Creams. I think you can, yeah, you can put one. Oh, put one of them in there, and that will begin making a potion. I have no idea what the potion effects are of this thing. I don't even know what's going to come out, but I know for a fact that if you put spider eyes from killing spiders, you will get poison, which you can actually get ones to actually drink, which are really quite useless. I don't see why you would have ones that you can drink. I have no idea, especially when it's poison. But you could also get splash potions, which are the actual useful versions of it. Oh, there you go, fire resistance. So you can see what this would do. You drink it. Oh, now I'm not actually sure if it's going to give me the effects. Yes, it will. And you could then press your inventory button and you'd see the effects down here in the corner. So I've got 3 minutes, well, just under 3 minutes of fire protection. That means I could be set on fire by, I don't know, setting myself on fire, and I'd be pretty much fine. Now, that is the really basics in brewing. I ain't going to go through all them all, but you do get all of these different potions. Now, you could just look at these yourself. Poison, that's the one that you could actually drink, which is so stupid. I don't see why you would need that, but that's the splash potion, which is quite useful, especially if you want to troll people. Little quick insight there. If you want to troll people, that's pretty good. Instant damage, that's also kind of stupid because that's one you can drink, which I don't understand. But, you know, that's how they've made them, and that's how they will always be, so we're going to have to get used to it. We're going to have to. Right, so we're going to move on to the coolest part, which is, well, for me anyway, I find this probably one of the best features of original Minecraft without any mods. Now, you could get things like your trousers, boots, swords and weapons. You can take any weapon and enchant them on this table. Now, as you can see, when I was killing things earlier in the nether, you can get experience orbs. Now, experience orbs are just above my sword right now. It says number 4, so I am currently level 4 in experience. Now, I could enchant this to level 4, but, you know, you can the highest enchantment you can get is level 30 as far as I know, and as you can see, I can keep clicking this, but it won't go above 10. It won't even get into double figures, and if it does, well, that's just extremely lucky. And that's because it's not upgraded, which is sometimes people get a bit frustrated with this because they don't understand why they're not getting good enchantments. You need bookcases, which, where are they? Bookcases? Aha! Now, if you put a bookcase in a shape of this, so just too high, you're going to need one more. Need space in the middle, so there, there, like so. You can actually leave a little gap, and you would put your enchantment table, which I've still got fire protection on. Get your enchantment table and put that in the middle. Now you can see it starts to actually suck letters from the bookcases. As you can see, these sort of symbols come out, and that means if I put this on here now, the enchantments are a crap load higher. And to get experience, you know, on survival mode, you just kill things. Doesn't matter what you kill, and it would get you new levels and new enchantments. But on creative mode, you can just cheat and use bottle enchanting, and you just throw these on the ground, and you can see my levels rising there slowly. We'll get up to about level 20, but there are so many different variations of enchantments you can have. So many different ones. Right, so we'll go for a level 15. What have we got? Sharpness 2. Now Sharpness 2, as far as I know, just makes the blade sharper, so it's a lot more cleaner and a lot quicker. And it gets sharp. See that I can kill it with one hit, but I think that's kind of normal anyway. Ah, come back! And they also drop more stuff, which I'm not, well, I'm pretty sure that's what it would do. So 3 hits for one of them. How much for a oh, killed the slime instantly. So it's 2 for a spider. So, you know, they are pretty effective, but that's not just how good they can get. You can get one for the bow, which is probably very, very helpful in survival mode. Cause I'm not going to try and get it because I probably won't end up getting it. It's called Infinity, or I think it's called Infinity. And that means all you would need is 1 arrow in your inventory, and you'd have unlimited arrows until the bow broke. So it is very, very useful, that enchantment. And I never want them to get rid of it. We'll try some armor now. Not many people actually enchant their own armor because most people just want to kill things. So, what level was I? Level 22. Damn it, give me my boots back. Put them there. 22. Let's try and get a level 22. Oh, 23. Come on. I'll just do the one that's closest. Come on. One quite close. One quite close. Come on. Ah, that'll do. 18. So Protection 2. So Protection 2 would actually just make the armor a bit more strong, and say someone hit you with a diamond sword, it'd do a little bit less damage, depending on what area it was. Now it's my feet. That's probably not really helpful, but you know, every little helps. So death goes here. Yeah. Now, the last thing which I've actually just remembered, I actually forgot completely about this, and that is animal breeding. You can actually now breed animals, which is very helpful if you have like a farm. We'll get a couple of fences. Here we go. We'll box in some piggies. No. You're not going anywhere. No. Stay there. Now, this is what you would normally have to do. Try and herd them back with a group of you and try and get them into your enclosure, which wasn't very simple by any means. Oh, excuse me. But now, if you use wheat, which is obviously made from growing seeds, grab some wheat, you can actually have them follow you. They will follow you, and then you can actually got more than one here now. In you come. Yes, good cow and pig. And then you can enclose them, and then they end up screwed because they realise they're trapped. But if you have to get out of here, I don't want to have to kill you, but I'm going to have to. Right. And now you can actually get a pig and lure them to another pig. Let's find your mate. There we go. So you right click on both pigs, and then you get a little baby piggy. And so that makes it a lot more fun with having animals in your farm, and he will eventually grow up and become one of them. So you could basically have infinite animals. So yeah, that's pretty helpful. And the little baby, hello there. Got a very big head though, which has always been a thing, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's anything I've missed, then I'm very sorry, but I'm pretty sure I've covered most of it. I will be back on Friday with more videos. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great Christmas. I will see you on Friday. Stay tuned. Stay awesome. Goodbye. Oh yeah.
You are being arrested.
Oh.
Do not run. Instead, fake surrender or calmly walk to a secluded area, then deal with your enemy.
Fake surrender. Oh.